Windows 10 comes with several built-in users, including but not limited to administrator, a default account used by the system, and guest. The first time anyone logs into a computer using their own credentials, such as a Microsoft account, that name gets added to the list as well. You'll also see any users you created. We created all these in previous movies. As you've learned, you can create users and groups, and then add users to those groups from this console. If you click Groups in the left pane, you can see a few we've created, including accountants and inventory. The other groups you see here come with Windows 10, including things like guests, remote desktop users and backup operators. But back to users, you can manage individual users here. I'm going to double-click John, a user I created in an earlier movie, and have a look at what's set for him. Notice I've deselect user must change password at next logon, and in doing so, made a couple of other options available. I could select user cannot change password. I could select password never expires, and I could disable the account. Notice account is locked out is grayed out. If you set group policies for users that define how many incorrect login attempts they can have before they meet a threshold to be locked out, this will become available. From the Member of tab, you can see what groups John is a member of. He's a member of accountants and guests. It's easy to remove John from a group. All you have to do is click Remove. I'll click OK and Continue. I'd like to show you how to use the Microsoft Management Console to apply group policy to a single user like John. But before I do, let me make it clear that this isn't the way most network administrators manage group policy for users. It would be quite complicated to manage them all singly in this way, at the very least, if not impossible. However, I think it's important to see how the Microsoft Management Console can be used, should any situation warrant it, perhaps in the case of a home network or a very small business with one user that needs specific limitations. Search for mmc.exe and click it in the results. Click File and click Add Remove Snap-in. I want to add the Group Policy Object Editor, so I'll select that in the left pane and click Add to move it to the right. Notice the Group Policy object will be applied to the local computer, and let's click Browse. We could choose another computer if we liked. I'd like to show you how to choose a user like John and apply policies just for him. Notice I click the Users tab, click John, and now I'll click OK. I'll click Finish, but before I do, notice the group policy object name is now local computer /John. And I'll click Finish and OK. Over in the left pane, let's expand local computer /John policy and user configuration. If you're familiar with the local group policy editor, this will look familiar to you. However, instead of computer policy or user policies, we have a single policy just for John. Let's look at some of the things we could configure. Here's administrative templates, control panel, and personalization. We could, if we wanted, prevent him from changing the theme or enabling a screensaver. We could even load a specific theme just for John. From Programs, you also have some options. You could hide Windows Marketplace, Windows Features, and even Programs in Control Panel. As you can see here, there are a lot of options, and you can really fine-tune how you want to manage your users, and we're only looking at the options in Control Panel. There's still desktop, network, shared folders, and even system. As noted before though, most administrators create groups of users and then manage those groups through various group policy options. Before you continue, close all open windows. You don't need to save this console unless you want to keep the settings.